What's up guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 126 of Let's Build the City. Today we're building a MrBeast burger. Let's build MrBeast burger.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a MrBeast burger for all of your city building needs. Here is the amount of space required to make your MrBeast burger, a 26 by 24 block area as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which you are more than welcome to make if you do feel as though it will help you plan out your build. Here are all of the materials that we will be using. Throughout the build, please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of our stuff, we can get started. So step one, come all the way over to the front left hand corner of your grid, if you've made it, and count to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then inwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Start off by placing a row of 6 bricks going right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Place a white concrete on the end. Leave a gap of 2 or destroy a row of 2 in the ground and replace those with quartz bricks. And then on the opposite side of the bricks, place another white concrete, 6 more brick blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we can start building backwards. So build backwards by 11, 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then simply across the back of the build and connect it all the way to the front. Now I overshot it a little bit, but that doesn't matter. So now that we have our basic shape of the Beast Burger, what we now want to do is we want to start adding some details. So we're going to begin by taking the 2 white concretes that we have and raising them up by 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. We can join them together at the top like this. Place red concrete in front of them. Extend the red concrete left and right by 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. We also want to extend the white concrete at the top of the door all the way around the build, and we want the white concrete row to run parallel to the row of bricks that we have just below us. So it wants to end up looking a little something like this. Perfect. So you can see where all of the walls are going to go now. So what we can also do is place upside down smooth quartz stairs around the edge of the white concrete that we placed. We want to make the roof look a little bit more interesting, and this is exactly how we're going to do it. So just like this. And then we're going to place smooth quartz slabs in front of the top half of these stairs. So we won't get the full effect of these stairs that we placed, but it just helps us place smooth quartz slabs in front of the top half of these stairs. So we won't get the full effect of these stairs that we placed, but it just
want a block. I want slabs.
Us get to this point where it just makes it look a little bit more interesting. Like if we have a look from below, that looks pretty cool. What we now have to do is we have to take that row of slabs that we placed, and if we start all the way over here on the left and we place a row of 4 light blue concrete going right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a row of 4 pink, 1, 2, 3, 4, blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pink, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then blue, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what we want to have. And this pattern wants to persist all the way around the build. So, for instance, on this right side here, we want to take this block and we want to have rows of 4 pink concrete, followed by rows of 4 blue concrete, and pink and blue and blue and pink. And you guys get the idea, and it kind of just wants to go all the way around the edge of the build like this. And it's just easier if we just get this done. Perfect. And it just makes that, like, it just looks cool. Like, I really like the amount of depth with this build. And whilst we are at it, we can probably fill the top of the build. No. First, let's destroy the... And whilst we are at it, we can probably fill the top of the build. No. First, let's destroy the floor inside of the build. So I'm using quartz bricks because, I don't know, I guess I'm just on a quartz bricks kit for this, for like fast food restaurants and shops and stuff. So I'm using quartz bricks. Feel free to change it up a little bit. I don't know why, it just seems like the perfect material to me. Like, I used to just use quartz for everything, or even oak planks. It really doesn't matter. You can use what you like. The quartz bricks is kind of like flavor. So, planks are always good though, especially if you're going for a homey sort of vibe. Definitely a bit warmer than the quartz bricks, but it just feels lighter, brighter, and I like the texture of them as well. So it's a texture that I don't particularly get tired of versus oak planks, which, I mean, I guess it's because they've been around so long, maybe that's the problem, but regardless, this is what we want to have. Anyway, we're going to fill the entire top of the building using white concrete. Hence the reason that I kind of just wanted to get that done right there whilst we could actually still see things relatively well. So all we're going to do is literally, just like this, fill the entire top of this in using white concrete. We're going to be applying some detail to the roof later on, but we need so many different materials for the outside that we'll just have to grab those in a little bit. So once this is all filled in, things do get a little bit more complex with the materials that we have though. So, for instance, once the entire top of the build has been filled in like that, we want to come back to the front of the build where we have this middle extend it towards you, just the entire row of 4, and then extend it to the left by 1 and right by 1. Extend it upwards and then backwards. Easy, just like that. We now want to apply a row of smooth quartz slabs on top of the outer row of white concrete that we placed. So once again, always adding...
The slabs hate me.
Always adding shape, always making it, always trying to, at the very least, make it look a little bit more interesting and a little less flat. So, there we go, that's looking pretty good. We're building up these layers nicely. So, the next thing that we are going to do, because we don't have what we need just yet, we are going to start building in some of the window areas. So, with the front left-hand corner of the build here, I'm going to place a row of connecting light grey concrete that just goes from the bottom to the top. Leave a gap of 2 and then do the same thing. We want to have 2x2 windows on the left and right side of the build. Or rather, well, yeah, on the front of the build, but the front left and front right. You see, it's a little bit different on the back, which is why I just had to make that little difference there. So on the sides, the left and right sides, that little distinction is the word that I was looking for. See, on the right side and the left, we also want to have the corner row of light grey concrete that connects things together. However, we want to have a gap of 2 and we want to connect the bottom and the top together again on the left and right, and then that's it. On this particular side, meaning the right, you can actually fill in the middle section, the left side of it, using pink concrete, and you can then leave this part open. The right side here, we are going to make light blue concrete. Across the back of the build, we simply just have rows of 2 marked out. So this is pretty much the same as the front. On the back, it is pretty much the same as the front. And we just want to have coloured panels on the back. So what that works out to be is like pink on the outsides, slowly coming back towards it as well. So we want to have like pink, blue, and then pink in between the windows, and then blue, and then pink. So just like this, keeping to the colour scheme. And it actually sort of like lines up with the roof as well, which is quite satisfying. On this side of the build, once again, we're going to have, it's the same as the opposite side of the build, so we want to have the 2 split with the windows, and then if you want, you can actually fill this middle section in, say, with pink, and then we could just have windows on this side. Those can actually be open. And we're getting to the point here where it's time for us to swap out materials a little bit. So let's do exactly that. So let's grab some pink stained glass block, some pink stained glass paint, some light blue glass paint, crimson doors, smooth stone, grey concrete. I'm using flowered azalea leaves and also azure. Light blue glass paint, crimson doors, smooth stone, grey concrete. I'm using flowered azalea leaves and also azure bluettes. But you can use any leaves. I'm just a fan of the new blocks. I just want to try them out a little bit. So, where the doorway is, this is the double door with the 2 parallel rows of white concrete. We want to have 2 crimson doors. Not my favourite texture, but they do the job, with pink glass above them. Obviously, if you wanted to use warped doors and blue glass, then, you know, feel free. But the point of it is that we then want to have alternating blue and pink windows on the left and right side. So again, it's basically, we see on the back where we have like the blue and the pink, it's the exact same colour scheme. So we want to have this on the front, and then on the side we'll just have 2 blue windows because we have the pink in the middle. I'm just trying to keep a nice balance between the blue and the pink because I do really quite like it. So on the side it would be two blue windows because we have the pink in the middle. I'm just trying to keep a nice balance between the blue and the pink because I do really quite like it. So on the side it would be blue. And if you wanted to, you could even make it so that the drive-through window, well, let's cover up this side, so the drive-through window can even have a little bit of pink in it as well. So there is an eating area outside of Beast Burger. I'm calling it Beast Burger. I'm pretty sure it's like MrBeast Burger. I don't know what to call this exactly. I guess it is MrBeast Burger, but Beast Burger kind of rolls off the tongue. So in front of this, we want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if you haven't made the grid. 7 entire rows of stone, smooth stone specifically, in front of Beast Burger. So we're going to dig all of this out, smooth stone, feel free to change it. I am slowly coming around the fire. Slowly. I think it would look sort of cool. It's got an interesting texture. And again, you know what, it might just be that I've used stone so much that I'm just looking for alternatives. That might be the problem. There's no good alternative to smooth stone, I don't think, unfortunately. It is the perfect pavement / sidewalk material. I don't know if there could ever be a better one. Okay, going all the way around the outside of Beast Burger, we need 3 entire unbroken rows of grey concrete. This is just regular old grey concrete. Reason being is because this is also a drive-through, so I just wanted to, we can just place those underneath, it's okay. So around the 3 rows of the road that we are essentially making, we are going to have a hedge, and then behind that we're going to have a terracotta wall. Actually, I think it's 2 rows of terracotta wall, but that's inconsequential, it doesn't really matter. And it's just going to look quite nice. It's going to kind of like, I don't know how to describe, like, it's kind of going to stand by itself, the way that I made it. Of course, if you wanted to blend this into more of a city environment in which you didn't have roads, then that would be perfectly fine as well. You don't have to have the drive-through and such. And if you weren't planning on making this with a drive-through, then this is going to be a completely irrelevant part of the tutorial. So, there we go, you can see it connects to this insanely long road that I have for my city. And I want the leaves to, we'll just start off with azalea leaves. I want the leaves to to this insanely long road that I have for my city. And I want the leaves to, we'll just start off with azalea leaves. I want the leaves to pretty much go around, like I want it to start where the left and right side of the restaurant is. Like this, right? And then I'm just going to knock out some of the randomly. I'm going to try. And meanwhile, I'm finding that I'm not doing this randomly at all. I'm kind of like doing it in like rows of... I'm just going to knock out some of the leaves. Just almost randomly, I'm going to try, and meanwhile, I'm finding that I'm not doing this randomly at all. I'm kind of like doing it in like rows of 2 and then 1. Like I've sort of already made a pattern. It doesn't matter, but I don't want it to look too man-made. If that makes sense, like I want it to look a little bit random, although it is very, very minute. It doesn't even matter too much, but you know. So, the next thing that I want to do is in front of where we placed the leaves on the left and right sides of the restaurant, I want to have flowers. That's all there is to it. I just want to extend that. I'm using white just to break up the pink and the blue a little bit, but it's up to you. You can use pink and blue flowers if you like, if you want to further exasperate what we've already got going on. So the next thing, the grass block shouldn't be here, whatever, you can say in the inventory. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab the terracotta, crimson stairs, warp, trapdoors, crimson fence, look. Crimson trapdoor, warp trapdoor, and any Blackstone Wall will do. So the Blackstone Wall is quite simply front left-hand corner of the restaurant. We're going to turn it into kind of like a speaker box. So the Blackstone Wall is quite simply front left-hand corner of the restaurant. We're going to turn it into kind of like a speaker box. So what we're going to do now, I guess we should finish the wall area. So the wall area, it goes all the way around what we've just made, essentially. So just 2 rows of terracotta, all the way around this. Here, and then another row. I just like 2 rows because I just don't want it to sit behind the leaves, just at the same plane, because it just looks a bit boring. So I'm just going to have this. And this is what I mean, it's kind of like a self-contained area. I quite like it like this. We can now get rid of the terracotta and the polished brick wall, and we can grab light blue concrete and pink concrete.
Did you guys know that MrBeast has his own Squid Games? I didn't watch it, but I don't really watch MrBeast, but his restaurant looks pretty nice. I like the glass, although the grip looks weird, but I like it. Sorry about that, guys. On Java you can place some stuff on trapdoors, so that's why I'm using slabs.
Now these are important because they're going to be for the middle of the tables. The middle of the tables are quite easy to make. We basically put in between this middle split here where we have the windows and the end of the red concrete. And we leave a gap of 1, 2, and on this third block I'm going to place a pink concrete, I do believe. Or maybe, actually no. You leave a gap of 3 right in the middle, and then it's right in the middle of what I'll call the patio. And then we want to have the same thing on the right side. Then, on top of the pink one, I'm going to have 2 warped fence, my bad, with a warped trapdoor on top. Again, my bad. And then on the right side here, 2 crimson fence with a crimson trapdoor on top, like this. So what we can then do is, and this works in Java, and I'm afraid that it might not work, and it might not work in Bedrock, which is where we're building now. I'm hoping that we can place stuff on top of trapdoors because I like this as a table idea. It's just a little bit different. We're basically placing iron trapdoors all the way around the tops of the concretes that we place.
I'm too lazy to use iron trapdoors, so I'm just using slabs.
We'll be able to place item frames and pots on top of them. I can't remember because the two versions are so different. So on the left side here, we are going to have, well, what will we have? Shall we have, we'll have red seats. So I'm going to have 4 chairs all the way around the edge of the table. They can be placed evenly, right in the middle, or...
Leave a comment down below if you watch MrBeast. I don't really watch MrBeast. I know he's rich, but...
one on the end, one kind of off-center. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of up to you how you want to do it.
Wait, what table arrangement did he do?
Middle, or
middle.
If you want, you can place like a double seat.
Okay, I got it right. There we go.
Center. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of up to you how you want to do it. And now we are at the point, believe it or not, where we need to have a materials change. So we are going to get rid of all of this stuff, some of which we will probably need again. And just to make it easy for me, we are now going to be using all of these materials that you can see.
Before I grab the materials, I'm going to make a road in front of MrBeast Burger. I don't know why. I just wanted to make the road now, because... Okay, anyway. Just had to look at something real quick. If you want to get this texture pack, it's called Clarity. If you are interested in buying this texture pack, I bought some tokens and I bought this texture pack. Wasn't that expensive. Only like 800 tokens, which were not that expensive. Very cheap. So, yeah. I don't think you can place stuff on trapdoors on Bedrock. I might or might not switch to Java, because I think Bedrock and Java versions are available. I think. And I did say I think. I think the versions are available. I might have to look at it later or something. Anyway.
on the screen right now. Once you have all of those materials, just like me, you will be able to progress onto the next part. First of all, we're going to be using our note blocks. Well, note block, we only want one of them, and we want to place it here where we have the Blackstone Wall. Then, we want to place flower pots on the tables, and we also want to place some item frames. I'm trying to do it kind of like a random configuration. And of course those are basically just like plates and cups, and I mean you could even fill these with different food items to, well, represent food. So we then want to place some banners, because these things in the middle of the table are parasols. I'm using the same coloured banners as the fence, so where we, well, sort of the same. So where we have the warped fence, I'm using blue banners, and I'm placing them all the way around the top of the fence. Perfect. It's looking a lot more lively out here now. The next thing that we're going to do is head to the roof. On the left and right sides, we want to have a configuration of daylight sensors. In the front left-hand corner of the roof here, I want to move inwards diagonally. 1, 2, daylight sensor. Extend right 2, and do the same thing on the opposite side. You can follow along to the right as long as you leave a gap of 2. And all of these daylight sensors want to get extended towards the back, just making sure that we leave a gap of 2, and we can fill the middles of these in as well. So just like this. Extend all of these back, leave a gap of 2, just like this. Easy peasy. We also want to grab rails, and in between the daylight sensors we want to have 2 rails on the ends, so like on the front and the back ends, and we want to turn them into circles just like this. We then want to leave a gap of, I do believe 2, so like 1 to, actually no, it's just a gap of 1, and then we want to have 4 rails, so it ends up looking just like 4 circles like this. It kind of reminds me of that really old game Pong, but with more balls for some reason. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. So now that we've done that, it's time for us to start making banners. There's a lot of banners. The first one that we're going to make, we'll make the first unique set of banners. We need to make the actual sign. So we're going to be we're going to be writing the word free at the top of the restaurant. So it's going to be using blue banners and white dye. And the first letter is, of course,
I think I'm gonna get all the banner making materials. I think I'm gonna get all the banners. I'm gonna get the banners that I need. I'm gonna get the banners that I need. Because I need some banners. So, actually I need some dyes. So, pink dye. Light blue. I want 64. Light blue dye. 16 of the. Okay, so.
So a horizontal row of white across the top, through the middle, and down the left side would give us F. Next would be R, so the
I made another F. Why? I'm literally so dumb.
row on the left, horizontal along the top, diagonal row top left corner to the bottom right. Now luckily we can double dip using this next banner. We're making E, so vertical row on the left, horizontal on the top, bottom, and through the middle. Boom, there you go. So there we have Fred. But if we leave a gap of 1, F-R-E-E, boom, perfect, great, excellent. I figured that writing MrBeast burger was going to be a little too egregious, so... the next thing that we can do, and you can do this in either colour, to be honest with you, like you could use pink or you can use blue for this. And we're going to be making, it's kind of, like you've got to use a little bit of imagination, but you guys know, I'm sure, what MrBeast's like avatar is, kind of like that wolfy sort of like, whatever that thing's supposed to be, I'm sure that you guys know what I'm talking about. And we're not going to make that just yet, actually, because we would require some different materials. We might just do that at the end. But we can make the lightning bolts. So we need white banners. I'm just going to throw one in here. And we have white banners, and if you want to make... then use pink, and if you want to make a blue banner, use blue. Let's do pink. So, to start off with, we're going to do a border, which is perfect because that's the first pattern, so a border of pink. Then, we're going to do the top right-hand corner pattern in the banner. And then the opposite, bottom left corner. And, well, there you go.
Wait. Why is... Why is it the same? Okay. That loom is broken. That loom is broken! Oh, okay, let's see. Yeah, it's still the same. Why is it? Okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's re-grab the loom. I need to use that for a banner, but I flipping can't, because it's the same. This is so weird. Why is it like that? It shouldn't like be the same. It should be... Look. Why is it like that? That's so confusing. No, I can't even use... Look, I can't tell the difference because it's the same. Oh my goodness me. I need... Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this banner. And then... Hold on, I need to... Probably okay. It's literally the same. Why is it like that? It shouldn't be two exact ones. Shh. I guess I just have to do a different sort of fashion. It's literally the same. Why is it the same? It should be the horizontal way. That should be on a... Oh, this loom is broken. That's the same. It's just... Why is it like that? I do not know. This loom is broken or something. This loom is starting to piss me off now. I can't deal with the stupid frickin' loom. Is it a glitch? Because it's literally the same. I can't tell the difference. Am I gonna have to exit? Okay, I'm gonna exit my world and go back in again because this is just laggy. It's... I don't know what's going on. Because the loom is somehow broken. I do not know why, because it's stupid. And look, I don't know why it's acting like that. It's literally so laggy. Let's go back in. Okay, I'm back in my world. Okay. See, the loop. No, it's not fixed. For God's sake. Guys.